Good morning, students, teachers, and guests of HOSA 2012. Last September, I was given the honor to speak at the induction ceremony for entering juniors to the Health Academy at Farrington High School. Yes, my alma mater. Almost 10 years ago, I sat in their shoes, and likewise sitting in your shoes as well, as an anxious high school junior, senior, college freshman, or sophomore. I was mixed in emotions, nervous and stressed, but nonetheless, optimistic and motivated for my future. I was excited to write my own story, as I'm certain all of you here today are looking forward to it as well. For I guarantee you will all do amazing things. You being here today is a show of commitment, determination, and passion for a promising future. Anyway, during that induction ceremony at Farrington High School, I was introduced to a fascinating woman. She's making today possible for HOSA. Many of you all know her, but if not, please find her and introduce yourself. Noble-Tabiolo is someone whom I have grown to admire. She has a long and standing career as an educator, advisor, and inspiration to the young professionals of today, notably all of you sitting before me. At the end of my speech at Farrington, she approached me, and with awe she said she was inspired. And I said, really? And in my mind, how can I inspire someone whose life already embodies that? But I told her, plain and simple, this was just my story. Touching upon HOSA's theme this year, remembering the past, embracing the present, and building the future, I will highlight the present, sharing with you my story, the story that I'm continuing to write. Similarly, a story maybe not the same, but one that you too have already started to write. When I was asked to be this morning's guest speaker, I said to myself, what have I done that's deserving of me to be on stage today? And how, if any, would you learn and gain from my experiences? I thought to myself, I'm just a Kalihi boy, and great, I went away for college, and now is fortunate enough to have a good job that pays the bills. However, it was more than just that. Rather, it was a question of how I got here, and why I am here today. Again, let me start by introducing myself. My name is Chad Noble-Tabiolo, and I graduated from Farrington High School in 2002. At 17, I moved to St. Louis, Missouri for college, then to Washington, D.C. in 2007 to work. And only in the spring of 2010 did I move back home to Hawaii. I currently work as a clinical lab scientist for Clinical Laboratories of Hawaii at Kapilani Medical Center for Women and Children, who is a part of a network of hospitals owned and managed by Hawaii Pacific Health, a big sponsor of HOSA. So what is a clinical lab scientist, might you ask? Some of the old-timers may know it as medical technologists, but simply put, we are the powerhouse to all medical laboratory testing, whether it is identifying cancer cells in a microscope for a leukemia patient or properly culturing and identifying MRSA in a septic patient. Just to name a few, we perform CBCs, urinalysis, genetic testing, blood transfusions, and microbiology. So pretty cool stuff playing with the microscope, test tubes, and modeling tissues and fluids. Anyway, I've had a remarkable journey since high school, importantly thanks to Health Academy. They provided the opportunity to job shadow and intern at a pediatrician's office and a care home, and I was just a high school student. I learned human anatomy and physiology and medical terminology as well. And thanks to some of my teachers, Miss Otto, she's back there, Miss Lau, I'm not sure if she's back there as well, but these two teachers, these two educators at Farrington, impacted me so much and was a driving force to my accomplishments and my goals. Anyway, so being from Kalihi and no one to look up for advice about college, I had to seek elsewhere. I saw a bulletin at my school one day. It was advertising the chance to stay at the dorms at UH Manoa, all the while taking classes for the summer. And I said, why not? it would be cool to get out of here and kind of live away from home. The program is known as Upward Bound, and these programs aim to provide low-income and first-generation high school students the opportunity to enrich their academic careers with advanced classes, dormitory experience, college counseling, SAT prep, and tutoring. I'm sure many of your schools have this available, but if not, you definitely have a college counselor, your teachers here, and your peers at your disposal. Anyway, I got into Upward Bound at UH as a junior in high school, and because of my hard work, I earned an invitation the following summer as a senior to the University of California, Berkeley. This experience exposed me to so much more, college preparation, and secondly, diversity. For one, I mean, Hawaii's pretty diverse, but Hawaii's sort of a bubble, and I got to befriend a lot of Hispanics and African Americans. And secondly, I had an experience of actually going away for college on the mainland. After that summer, I knew it. I wanted to go to school on the mainland. Not that the schools here in Hawaii are not that great, because they are. I just knew I was ready for an adventure and a challenge. Senior year in high school was not easy. I played sports, was involved in student government, and all the while still interning for Health Academy. However, I had to make sacrifices. And I'm sure all of you guys are making sacrifices right now by being here. And I had to give up some weekends of not going out with friends. But I applied to college, and I applied to almost 15 schools. Yeah, it's a lot. And yes, I got rejected to some of them. But I ultimately made the decision to attend St. Louis University in St. Louis, Missouri. I was offered a full-ride scholarship to attend one of the top Catholic Jesuit universities in the nation. I was a bio pre-med major, and yes, I thought I wanted to become a doctor, but later lost interest as the fascination moved towards laboratory science and research. Like I said, it's okay to change your mind. However, continue your studies, whether it be at a 4-year, 2-year, or a technical school, and get your degree. Already mentioned that I studied clinical lab science, and with that degree, you can work in a biomedical research or in a hospital laboratory. And for you high school students, I can assure you, if you are uncertain of what you want to do, you will have a better idea in college. And as for you college students, you will begin to hone in on your skills and dabble in things that interest you. Research, intern, seek an advisor, and don't be afraid to ask questions and take risks. You'll eventually find what drives you. At the end of my freshman year in college, I had some pitfalls. I had to drop 2 classes my second semester because I was failing. I was missing home, I was distracted with the party for college life, I had difficulty managing my time as an adult, as a young adult, and I didn't have any family near me, even questioning why I had even left Hawaii to come to the Midwest for school. Further, even considering coming back home and going to UH, I was at my low. However, that same summer, I returned to Hawaii, fiercely examining my priorities and really getting down to why I left. I thought I wanted the challenge of going away, and yes, I was being challenged, and you will all be challenged throughout your life and your career. But for example, talking pigeon wasn't all that easy in the Midwest. I had to learn fast. So I returned that summer to work for Upward Bound. I was to be these kids' role model. And deep down inside, I was preaching something that I was not practicing. I was planning on transferring to UH. I was failing and was going to quit St. Louis. But that summer, the kids were so motivating. I could not help but get back to the feeling when I was once in their shoes. I told myself I cannot quit now. I cannot start all over again. But I can learn from my past and only build my future. So I returned to St. Louis at the end of the summer for my second year. I was motivated and re-energized. I wanted a bigger challenge. I thought I could do anything now. And yes, my academics turned around. I studied more, worked harder, and I eventually studied abroad after just 3 semesters in college. I did 2 semesters abroad, one in Beijing, China, and another in Madrid, Spain. You think St. Louis is foreign? Well, China was like a different place. I did not know any Chinese beforehand. What? Kung Hi Fat Choi? Ah, that's Cantonese. but they all speak Mandarin in Beijing. Anyway, these two experiences going abroad changed my life. I saw myself more independent, responsible, and driven even more to return to St. Louis and finish my degree. Upon returning, I actively pursued biomedical research, and my first opportunity took me to the medical school in St. Louis. There, I worked in neurology, picking at the brains of mice and studying the pharmacology and physiology of dopamine receptors. I liked it so much that the following summer I applied for an internship in Pennsylvania at the University of Pittsburgh. There I studied the effects of certain drugs on the movement of mitochondria and neurons. It was pretty cool because I got to fluorescently tag these little organelles called mitochondria and produce a time-lapse video and watch them squiggle around. I sought out the opportunities to advance in my career in college. And sure, it takes a lot of time, commitment, and energy, but the benefits will outweigh anything that you will ever imagine. I finally graduated from St. Louis University in 2007, not too long ago, and in that upcoming fall I moved to our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. I was awarded a coveted research job position at the National Institutes of Health, the largest biomedical research facility in the world. There I worked in immunology and infectious diseases, honing my skills and exploring other opportunities. Doors opened up quickly, and remember, life is full of opportunities waiting, so don't let them slip away. Also during this time, I jumped at a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to go on a medical trip to Haiti, which is a small island in the Caribbean. And as of recent, last year with the big tsunami, with the earthquake and the tsunamis, a lot of people are, aware of Haiti and their conditions. But anyway, this changed my life. Haiti has always been marked with civil strife, disease, and the people lack adequate food, shelter, and basic health. This suffering opened up my eyes to a new venture into the field of public health. We see similar problems locally in Hawaii: health disparities, lack of accessibility to healthcare. And in the past few years, I've become interested. And in the fall of 2012, I helped to start my master's in public health at the University of Hawaii. As you can see, I am embarking on a new chapter. Similarly, you are all about to begin yours. Some of you may continue on to graduate, medical, or dental school, while others will finish at their associate's or bachelor's degree. Either way, you will eventually get there. You are taking the first step in the right direction by participating in HOSA. I cannot stress how fortunate I am to be speaking before you today. You are amongst Hawaii's finest. HOSA will challenge you, your schools will challenge you, and in turn you will challenge yourself. Your respective schools have provided you with the opportunity to gain the basic skills for pursuing a medical or healthcare career, or just any professional career for that matter. Don't just learn in the classroom, but be active and seek out internships or volunteer in a hospital or clinic. Remember, learning does not stop in school or in college. It is a lifelong endeavor. I've come to realize that becoming a lab scientist or a doctor or a nurse is not what you should seek for, but rather the reward that stems from how you perform your job and the impact you make on the wider medical profession and on others. Success will not come with the snap of a finger, nor is it spoon-fed for you, spoon-fed to you. Though through diligence and sacrifice, you will accomplish what you set your heart to. So be patient, and remember, intelligence is not a prerequisite, just a convenience. It's okay to be different. You don't have to be part of the in crowd. Do whatever excites you. Have fun. Stay active and involved. Map your own plan. Stay on course, and if you have to, make adjustments. Just don't let anyone get in your way. Don't allow anyone to say you cannot do it. You sail your own boat, and soon you will become that doctor, dentist, nurse, laboratory scientist, biologist, therapist, public health official, or whatever you have labored so hard to achieve. Remember, embrace the present and work hard, and I firmly believe that each and every one of you will do great things. There are no excuses. Work hard, make sacrifices, and believe in yourself. And remember, choose a job you love, and you'll never have to work a day in your life. Thank you.